Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Endzone 2. You are probably wondering just what the hell we are doing down here with our massive convoy. Well, I think we're ready for endgame sort of stuff. We are in a decent position across most of our settlements and we need to get some really key resources so we can make them all self-sustaining. So I've jumped in the convoy, we've got our Pathfinder out here and we are going to access Zone 3. Now we've got to be very careful because there's a Nihilist bunker right on the edge there. So we're going to start this expedition. We have brought, I think, all of the tools we need to get this first part done. I don't know what the second part is going to entail, but we'll just see what is there. So we've got some random stuff here, and then we get over to the defect over here where we can actually start repairing. We need 25 lots of iron, 100 lots of scrap, and our engineer, and we are 66% of the way done. We have 2 more knowledge points now. I have the ability to do all of my remaining research, but I don't want to waste the resources. So I'm hoping that there's something here that we can steal from some of the other spaces in and around this settlement. We do get 5 iron back there, so that leaves us with 20, and we will load everything up and end the expedition. And we now have access to Zone 3. So we're going to bring the convoy slowly up here, and then we're going to have to be very careful as we move in. Just going to load up these rubber gloves, and we're going to slowly edge across. Why not? Let's just go gung-ho. Let's go in. We'll speed things up. There they are. They're taking shots at us already. We're going to move this buggy out of the way, just so it doesn't take any further damage. And we continue the barrage on our enemy. Oh gosh, that's a very, very far shot that he's able to take there. Right, we've made it away from him, and he will turn his attention to another vehicle. Thankfully, it's the Nomad here. Now, I have 2 more Nomads here that don't actually have any weapons on them, so they're just kind of standing there not doing anything. We can equip this one, though, so that's good. He's going to start firing now, and this Nihilist bunker is down. Nice and easy. Perfect. Right, so the Nihilists won't bother us anymore with that, and do I have anyone else here who can just trade with one of my Nomads here? This one, I want to just grab something off it. I'm going to send this buggy all the way back here where my vehicle repair shop is. That's good. Right, next one. Where else can we look? Now, I just moved a Nomad away, and then we're going to move this mule up to the Nomad so that they can equip this item. Right, good. Then, looking at the armament there it goes. We are now equipped and ready for action. So, something's going on here. Ooh, we've got some raiders coming in. This might have actually been a previous raid that has been stuck here in Zone 3 for a long period of time. And thankfully, we can now take them out. It's Mike the Mega Devourer. We're going to just move this Nomad out of the way because it's taken a fair bit of damage. And it looked like Nihilists as well. We had everything there. Okay, well, we've managed to avoid them. I think it is a previous raid because they actually have gear on them. So that is normally a telltale sign that this wasn't like a... They were kind of like a random raiding party. And there's something else coming in. It's a Ravager belonging to the Nihilists. It doesn't stop, does it? So these guys have kind of built up over the last few episodes as we've been, you know, just exploring and stuff. Every now and then I would randomly get a notification that somebody was coming for me, and it never happened. And I did wonder what the deal was, and I think that is our solution. They've all been locked up here in this other part of the map until I've actually unlocked it, and now they've just kind of been released. So that is interesting, but luckily we've made it through. They were pretty easy, all things said. And we are now free to carry on exploring. So the first thing I want to do is kind of drive around the entirety of the map and unlock or release this fog of war. Then we can get an idea of what settlements we've got to look at. And we have had this one unlocked for quite a while. That luckily popped as we were driving around. And we're just going to get rid of all of the fog of war, or as much of it as we can, by following along the coastline here. There's an end zone. That's good. And we'll just keep on going all the way up, where hopefully we won't encounter any more raider bases. I know there's one here for sure. We'll probably go and take that out very shortly, just so that we can get rid of the raider threat just from moving around. It means when we finally do get some settlements established here, we can trade and do all sorts of other stuff. Now, there's something there. That's just a loot portion there, and not many expeditions that I'm seeing at this moment in time. Oh, that is another raider base. We'll get well clear of that. And then once we've done this little explore, we're going to actually just circumnavigate this side here. Just because what I don't want to do is go past 2 raider bases in quick succession when my vehicles are already on pretty low health. We'll head back across this way, and then we'll start exploring this tip of the map as well. And that's a new zone, all done. Excellent. Second one here has lead and fertile soil as well as wild animals. Not a great deal there that we can make good use of at this moment in time, but the lead will help us with making lead armor. And another one here. This has swampland. Good. Excellent. Right, so it's a little bit bigger. I think swampland, that's a tiny patch of swamp. And T-Bara is right there as well. So there's a trader right next to a settlement. Right next to 2 settlements. That's useful. But unfortunately, not much more swampland unless there's a 4th settlement here. Oh gosh, it's another no. They are just raiders that have been on the edge of the map and not come in yet. And I can actually loot the wrecks, which is good. I mean, this could be a good thing, but it could also be a bad thing. Because it might mean these raiders are stuck on... God. I wish they'd finished the game. That's all I can say, really. I wish they'd finished the game. My God. Well, we've taken out some raiders there, and that's another raider base. Let's get clear very quickly. Right, we've got a lot to deal with here, so we are going to head back home and repair our vehicles and get ready for another charge into the wasteland. And Mike is actually down there somewhere doing some serious damage to us. So we'll head back. He seems to be targeting. I mean, he's having a bit of a freak out, really, more than anything. We'll let him get on with it, because he'll come round and he should get taken out by someone. Fairly... Oh, he's chasing us down now. Where's he going? The problem is, this might end up causing some serious damage to us. What is this vehicle doing here? This vehicle is on a trade route going between this clay pit and then my new settlement of cinders. And then he just kind of drives around like a maniac. So we'll repair up and then we'll go and take him out. But we have explored a little bit of Zone 3. We know that we have at least 3 raider bases and there could be more. So that's something that we do need to be very careful of. But once we've got some repairs in, we'll head back out. We'll destroy those raider bases. Repairs are pretty much complete now. I am going to have to take my vehicle out and repair some of these power lines that have been damaged. That's one thing I meant to mention. We have hooked up cinders with power. We've also done some expansions. I've made like a little residential area, and this is kind of how I'm going to aim to have my residential areas in every single settlement. Now, unfortunately, this raider will just go back and forth, which is really risky, so we are going to need to remove him from this situation very quickly. And I think I've got everybody now equipped, so let's go back out and get rid of him, because he will just destroy those buildings eventually. We can't have that happening, because he's kind of now locked chasing this buggy all over the place. So we're gonna go up there, get rid of him. I think we can bring out the Pioneer here to just repair this stuff. Right, we got him. He's down. I don't know who took him out, or if he just disappeared off the face of the earth. I mean, that's my preference. But he is gone. I can't see a wreck, which is unfortunate, because he would have had a fair bit of loot on him. Never mind. Right, we can now carry on. And once the Pioneer arrives, which is there, just behind us. We can go to repair mode in the wasteland. It doesn't have any iron tools, so we better head back here to grab some iron tools. And that's something that I'm going to have to sort out very quickly. Okay, going back here. Let's go and concentrate on this little patch here. We'll get round and try and take out that raider base just to the north of where I'm going to put my new settlement. Can't quite see where he is. I think he's just there in the fog. Once we get rid of him, or her, whoever it might be, we can progress a little bit further. I think that's going to be another vehicle right there. We'll try and just avoid them. See if we can just get up to this part of the map. Yeah, that does bring us further up. There's a windmill there. And that is another vehicle that's spawned in. Yep. So they've all kind of built up over time. And it's quite important that we do take them out. Because we can't be left in a situation where we have like a trade on the route here. Ooh, oh, we got a bit too close there. That is another raider base. So there's 4 raider bases here by the looks of things. And we have a drought. Right, so what I'm going to have to do is just going to park some vehicles or send some vehicles away. So the buggies have really low health, but they are speedy. So we'll just move the buggies away. And they're going to go back to heal up a little bit. Then the remaining convoy, they're going to move on. And they are going to take out first this raider base that seems to be... Oh, it's not even a raider base. It was just a vehicle. Okay, well, we'll loot that wreck and then we'll move on. So we'll take out this raider base. So there's only 3 raider bases, I think. Well, 4, because we've taken one out already. We've got some water issues here. We are going to need to do that very quickly. They are completely out of water and there's still a minute left on the drought. We might have to just put Cinders at risk for a little bit because I took my eye off the ball there. So we'll just make sure that there's loads of people ready to do water there. We'll take the risk with quite a bit of death and then move on. Right, let's do this. So this mule's taking a bit of damage. We'll be ready to pull them out. And away they go. And we now have the Nihilists coming in. Not ideal. Especially when we're so far away. So we're going to go back. We're going to heal up. We'll send these 3 here. How many is he sending in? He's only sending 2 to us. And the ones that we've currently got are all healed up. So we'll head over there. And Malays has ran out of wood. So we'll just change their work area to here. I wonder if the tree nursery can just cope with the wood cutting going on. We've taken all of them out, so that hasn't been an issue at all. Can we loot some stuff from them? Yes, we can. Good. And there should be another one down here. What I'll do is I'll just leave these vehicles here because they'll be taking out this part of the convoy that's coming our way. Right, so we've explored a fair bit. We're unlocking quite a few expeditions and we've got lots more things there that we can take a look at. We'll heal up the convoy and then head straight back to them. Carry on our exploration. I want to get all of this fog of war removed by the end of this episode. And then we will be able to do some exploration next time and see if we manage to get any research points. There we go. We're all healed up and we'll head back out into the wasteland. I'm just going to head up to the nearest place where the fog of war is still covering us. What is this? This is cool. It's like a big warehouse complex. Lots of warehouses and stuff to pick up here. And looking at our expedition map, you can see here we've got a repair shop, a wind turbine, an Endzone, gas station, warehouses, abandoned car service stuff. This gas station apparently has 2 technologies. The house has some, industrial site, warehouse. Yeah, quite a few potential technologies. There's another biogas plant in the far west of the map. Oh, all of the biogas plants have spawned in on that side of the map, which is an interesting thing to take note of. But that's pretty good, really. We've got 2 large settlements now. Cinders is recovering, and we didn't actually lose a great deal of people. Confidence is pretty high there. But what I need to do is I'm going to need to kind of create some very basic settlement layouts for everybody. Because right now the population of Cinders is 200. It's over 300. Okay, so no, it's not. That's a lie. It's currently 224, and they haven't upgraded their tents to houses or huts then houses yet. So that population can increase. If we look over here, we've got 300 and odd living in Newtown, and we could do with just expanding the population here. I'd quite like as many settlements to have a high population as possible, but that's not exactly achievable given what you've got to play with. So what is needed once we've unlocked this zone, cleared out all of the expeditions, is we are going to have like a reset. So we are going to work out what every settlement can produce, and we're going to get those production things in place. And then we're going to work out exactly what we need to achieve a really viable population there and put the population in. Then we'll be in a really good position to make sure that all of our settlements are thriving. And the major thing really is radiation protection. As long as we're producing enough of that, the rest of the stuff you can kind of do in your settlements anyway, so it's not too much of a problem. But we need to make sure we get the resources right. This looks like an abandoned nuclear power plant over here. It is. Excellent. And that is a sand mine, which is good. That'll produce sand so that we can make glass, which allows us to build the houses, because the houses all need glass. We'll head down south a little bit, and that's where T-Barra is. Now, T-Barra is a great merchant. She has some really unique things, usually. You can see here she's selling us weapons. She also has cabbages, but we've already unlocked those. Natural latex, medicine, iodine, herbs, food, cloth. We might need to reset that one, actually, because that's not a great haul, but it would be nice to see what else she can offer us. Maybe we take the risk and reset her. Here we go. We're going to take on another raider bunker. Go down very quickly. We'll move this mule away because it's taken some heavy fire. And it's safe. We'll send the mule back home to repair up. And then over here, we will move on to the final raider bunker. We're not far off now. And like the aim of this is going to be to have like everything basically self-sufficient. That's where we want to end our series. And we aren't really that far off this. So this one should end pretty soon. But there's still a lot of work to do, really. And it's a huge shame that this one is done for. There's like no further updates because of the potential and stuff. Obviously, there were some complaints. People said, you know, there wasn't really any need for a sequel. They could have just brought out stuff for the first game. And I kind of get that thinking, but... And you can see here there's some raiders parked up there, so we need to get away or our Pathfinder's gone. Our Pathfinder has gone. That is devastating. So these raiders at the back are responsible for destroying the Pathfinder. We're going to have to make another nomad, but we don't have what's needed for it. Oh man, Pathfinder gone. What a shame. But you can see that those vehicles are right on the edge of the map and they don't drive onto the map. You have to go to them to get rid. Right at the end as well. What a shame. Right, let's go in. Let's take them out. Pull this mule back before he gets taken out as well. And the nomad again. That'll come out before that vanishes. Well, that is a shame. That's a real shame. Let's just drive further up here there's one. I knew it. And they've taken out my nomad. And another one. Unbelievable. So all of those raiders have kind of spawned in a very long time ago and have just been stuck on the map waiting for something. But we're done, and here come the Nihilists as well, just to really, really shake up the apple cart. They're coming back in for another go. So we're going to create a bunch of nomads now. So what we're going to do is we're going to dump a load of stuff into the settlement. We are going to just make sure we get some trades going here. And then we're going to have to queue up these nomads. And that's how we're going to have to play things moving forward. So very quickly, I am going to just trade between these two vehicles here. We're going to have the nomad dump the things that it's got. And then this one single nomad that I have remaining is going to come back up to the settlement here. They're going to take as much of the cannabis as they can possibly fit in. And then head down to the trader. We can't build another Pathfinder. The Pathfinder is the vehicle that you have at the very beginning, and if you lose it, you can't get it back, which is really unfortunate. I'm also conscious of the fact that there's a load of loot up there that I really could do with getting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab these buggies that were here. They're just going to very quickly go up to Malays, and they're going to trade those items off. Then down here, we want to grab, I think it was iron that we needed. Let's just double check what we need for the nomads. I think that is iron. Copper's facing the other way. Yeah, it's iron. So we're going to dump all of this stuff. And we're going to remove 1 iron, 2 iron. There we go. And then we'll leave the trading post. We'll head back up here. We have another nomad there. We got 2 mules as well. This nomad has arrived. So we're just going to trade all of this stuff. There we go. And we'll also trade all of this stuff. Actually, we can dump this in the settlement now. There we go. Can we now produce a nomad? I think that might be copper then. Because it isn't iron. Because I have 10 iron there, don't I? Oh no, it's just 7. Right, well, we can trade this. There we go. And then we can queue up 4 nomads. Great. That's good. We're starting to replenish things. Right, so what we'll do is we'll trade again. We'll dump anything we can. And then we'll have to go back with some more trades. Perfect. Right, so this nomad here, again, we're going to pile in all of the cannabis that we have. And the same here. We're going to go and trade it all for some iron. Then, just because they're free at the moment, we are going to drop these weapons. Any weapons that I can. Then we will head to Cinders and drop off some more weapons. And then we'll try and get back up to this zone to recover from the Pathfinder. But Zone 3 is now there. It is unlocked. We've cleared the fog of war. I am going to go and grab these items, and I will see you for the next one. So, thank you again for watching. That we have made some progress, although it has been difficult. Oh, I just realized there's 2 swamp farms in this area, and this one is pretty big, so that might be where we go first. Anyway, thank you all for watching another episode of Endzone 2, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.